Good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Winterberry project. Just a few quick updates for you today. We've got shingles on. We've got a little bit of metal roofing on. We've got HVAC roughing is done. Plumbing roughing is about 3/4 of the way done. So we'll give you a quick run through the house and show you what we've got going on. So the last time out, we showed you guys that we got the garage doors installed and the front door. And it's going to be hard to see, and I'm shooting on a GoPro, don't have a lot of zoom, but we've got the metal roof done on the little eyebrow over that window. That section above the patio is going to be metal roof. We're not going to install that until the siding's done. We don't want the siding guys walking on the metal roofing and risking denting it. And seeing as it's black, it'll show any imperfections pretty much immediately. So we've got all the rest of the, you'll see we've got black drip edge all the way around the roof, and we've got our shingles on, and the shingle color we went with is called pewter. So it's got like it's mainly black with a little bit of silver in it, just so it didn't just look like a big black block up there. And one thing I didn't tell you at the get-go that we have made a little bit of progress on, some of our stone. So we've started, our masons have started wrapping the front. So this is going to kind of be the same height carry over through here, and around here. And it's going to come back around through the inside here. I'll all have that same stone on it. And then this whole front gets stone. We're going to do just to the bottom of the trim board around the window. And that'll wrap around here. And we'll do a return back to here. And one thing I do notice is our plumbers might have left our spigot just a little bit too far out of the wall there, but could be wrong. I'll wait till we get the pad poured and take a look what we've got there. You'll see we've got our gas stubbed out of the house now for our meter, and then we've got our main gas line in. Our utility company will not set the meter until we have the furnace in the house with power run to it so we can light a pilot. So good thing is the electricians are starting tomorrow, so we could get power run to the furnace and make our call to get that meter, because with the holidays here and their normal time, it'll be a few weeks before we get it once we make the call. And we're getting ready to, back on the stone, these are going to get furred out with a framing around them to make them a little bit wider. Probably gonna do like 12 by 12 or 14 by 14, and then we're gonna wrap. So that one, and that one with stone to the same height as that wall there. So that's kind of updates from the outside. And sorry it got dark on us here as we're going in, but those are kind of the updates from the outside of the house since you guys have been out here. And welcome back to the inside. So structurally, it's all going to look the same. You guys have taken this tour many times. I don't remember, and shame on me, if we had the fireplace all framed when you guys were out last time, but I'm almost certain we did. But that is a pass-through fireplace, so you'll have it from the living room and the hearth room. And, you know, I know we've mentioned we've had some interesting HVAC layout issues with all of the structural members that are in the floor structure in this house, between quad LVLs and steel beams this way and more LVLs that way and then more LVLs over there. And so what that left us to is our range hood goes on this wall here, which is kind of in the middle of the house. So you've got to go up and out, and we couldn't get, you know, without building, our range hood's going to be down from the ceiling about 1 foot. So we didn't want to have a box out of the wall for the duct to go up. We wanted it to be smooth. So we ended up having our HVAC guys build a rectangular box that goes in the wall cavity and then transitions to round for the hood. So we had to get a little creative there, but it worked out well. And you'll see we've got, this ends up over the wall and in this room, because this is our powder room. So this is for the power vent that we've got to have in each one of the bathrooms. And I know we told you guys before, we have another window that goes here that we forgot to put in. We're going to pop that in when we go to do the siding, because we'll have scaffolding set up at that point. it'll be super easy. We'll frame it inside now, probably next week when we've got some time. That way all we have to do is cut the sheathing out and pop the window in from the outside. And you'll see this is the line set for the upstairs HVAC, or the upstairs air conditioning unit, working its way down to the outside of the house. And you'll see when we get downstairs, we have another line set that joins it, coming out for the main level. And this is, again, the laundry room. We've got all the drains and water lines, which actually, yeah, I was gonna say, don't want those ones out on the floor, but those are actually for a sink, so they're good. The ones I am gonna have them move are the ones for the washing machine. It's dark in here and I don't have a light to backlight for you guys, but you know, this is an insulated garage. It's gonna be heated. Plus this is a 2x6 wall. So we're comfortable putting the water lines in the wall. A lot of times they don't want to do that because of risk of freezing on exterior walls, but that won't be a risk here. So we just have them move those real quick. Easy to do. And that's, you know, that's not our plumber's fault. That's on us. You know, we have a site meeting with our plumbers when they start to kind of explain, hey, here's where we want to put things, here's how we want things run. And our project manager just missed that one little detail. Not a big deal, super easy fix. Let's take a walk over to the master bathroom and give you guys a peek in here. And that is our sink wall here. And we've talked about before, we have this big floating vanity that goes across here with flush mount lights inside, big mirrors. So they've got all that run. You know, this is gonna be the wet wall for the shower as well. So all the water controls for the shower are gonna be inside of there. We still have to get those set in place, but those will be coming in the near future. And again, all the drain lines for the sinks, because we've got double sinks. They've got the toilet flange in and the plumbing in the wall for the toilet. And they're just waiting on us to get them the detail for where we want to pop the drain hookup for the shower. You know, it's something we didn't finish layout on, and they're just kind of, again, our fault on that. You know, we try and plan them the best we can, but we're changing the way we lay that shower out just a little bit. And we just want to make sure we've got it the way we want it before we have them go popping that stuff in. Take a quick run down to the basement. You guys will see it's nice and clean down here today. We've got one of our guys out today doing job site cleanup, which makes me happy. I love walking into a clean job site. So framing is just about done down here, and you know, we've promised you guys we'll tell you the good and the bad of building homes, and right now we're facing one of the bad side of things. Is our framers have kind of abandoned us here. We still have to finish 3 sides of our bump out in the ceiling here, or for the tray ceiling. So that box is done, but we still have to finish this side, this here, this around here, and back around here to tie in. And I've also got a bunch of little detail work that needs to be done on the outside of the house, some pocket doors that need to be put in, some zip tape, miscellaneous. And we haven't seen a framer out here in a few weeks, and they won't respond and tell us when they're gonna come and finish. So that is sometimes one of the pitfalls of building houses, is having subcontractors who just stop communicating or pull up off a job site with really much knowledge of when they're coming back, which can be quite frustrating. So there's a fair chance that we get to the point where we have electrical roughing done, plumbing roughing done, and HVAC done before the last little odds and ends are finished in framing. And unfortunately, if that happens, we just have our finished carpenters come in and do the rest of the detail work. But then you end up paying for stuff twice. It can be frustrating, to say the least. I know I'm beating a dead horse with the frustrating thing, but you know, we are at 3 months. Today is, bear with me, I can't see anything down here. Today is the 19th, so that is 3 months and 17 days that we have been framing this house. This house is probably a 6 to 8 week framing project, in my opinion. But you know, we were sympathetic. They've had some lead guy changes and some things happen and a little bit of rough weather. So, you know, we weren't beating on them to get it done quick, but that's just past the point of ridiculous now. But again, one of the joys of building homes. So we, again, going to the same thing upstairs with having structural beams kind of everywhere in this house. We had to get very creative to keep everything up inside of the finished ceiling here. And we had to drop one drain line to get around the beam, which isn't the end of the world. We'll just do like a decorative box in this corner to tuck that in, and you won't notice it. But there was nowhere else to put it. We've kind of had to fill. I mean, you'll see we've got 3 huge ducts here. You've got your structural beam here, plumbing here, more HVAC, 2-inch gas line here, and then there is that 3-inch water drain that comes and runs pretty much down the whole house. And where that comes through here, it needs to get over to the hookup for the sewer, which is down through here. So it's got to tie into this point here because that goes out to the actual city sewer line. So there was just, when you've got drains throughout the house that are on both sides of a beam, you're going to be stuck going under the beam at least somewhere. So we had to pick the most inconspicuous location to do it, and that's kind of what we came up with. Oh, and then you guys could see, and again, I should remember these things better, but I've got kind of a hectic schedule and bounce around a lot, but we've got our coffers down here are all done, all the detail for the ceiling. Everything's done down here except for those 3 walls in the bedroom. And I'm excited to see how the bar lays out. All of our cabinetry came in. I got the call that came in 2 weeks ago, and we get 2 weeks of free storage for our cabinets, and then we start paying for storage thereafter. And as you guys can tell, we're definitely not ready for cabinets in the house. So rather than risk damaging the cabinets, moving them into like my garage or shop or something along those lines, we're going to leave them in climate controlled storage where they're at, and just reduce the risk of any issues happening. So again, as always, we appreciate you guys taking the tours with us, and we hope you guys are enjoying the process of building a house from start to finish, all the good things and all the bad things that go along with it. Just give you guys a quick pan around if you haven't been out for the tour before. And if you haven't, I would suggest you go watch some of our older videos. And if you have been following along, we appreciate it. And if you can, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button for us, and ring that notification bell. Helps us get out to a broader audience the way YouTube does their lovely algorithms. And we wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and a happy holiday.